Good morning everyone, and welcome to a new video. Something a little bit different today. It's the Easter holidays and I've come to Lago di Bracciano, Lake Bracciano, and I'm going to do the Giro del Lago. So a little tour around the lake. I'm going to walk about 15 kilometers today, hike and camp up somewhere over there. Get up the next day, do 16 kilometers, get up, and then the next day it's just a small one on the last day, about 8 kilometers, and I'll end up here where I've left the car. So it's 3 days walking and camping. I have everything I need, I hope, in the rucksack I've got on my back, and an exciting trip. See you later. So over my shoulder there you can see Anguillara Sabazia, which is where I'm heading first of all. About an hour in maybe, and all going well. Happy with the weight of the rucksack. I've just got the lightweight stuff. When I get to the first camp, I will, if I remember, I'll show you everything that I've got. So not very much, I'm just trying to be quite minimalist about it, and at the end of the day, if you're missing something, you're stopping at these little places on the way, you can always buy something if need to be. But I've tried to get everything that I need with me. As you can see behind me there are many swans around the lake, which are great. You can also go fishing here. I've been fishing on many occasions with practically no success on every single occasion. However, it's good fun anyway. You can actually hire a little boat, go out, or just fish from the shore. But I used to come to this lake a lot when I lived here in Rome. It's probably my favourite place to come camping in terms of campsites, so it's nice to do this. Whoa. So I'm just on a kind of road stretch around the lake, and if I zoom in here, wild boar. There's a boar having a little forage around there. You can see the tail wagging. Anyway, pretty cool, huh? Okay, so here we are at campsite number 1. It's called International Glamping. It's a bit posh. In fact, the lake, I will show you later, it's just behind me down there. However, as promised, I'm just going to give you a quick run through of what's in this. So, try to keep it as simple as possible. We have tent, Durston X mid something or another. Can't remember, but I know it's very light. 2 trekking poles. I don't use them for trekking, it's just a tent that uses trekking poles, which makes it much lighter because obviously you don't have the poles. My sustenance for the trip, I have 6 coffee sachets and 3 different pasta sauces, and the pasta that goes with it. Not much variety going on there, but hey, it does the job. We have clothes, not very much. Try to keep them sort of thermal layers, so if something gets wet, I've got other ones going on as well. And I've got 3 thermal tops, for example, that'll keep you nice and warm at night. For cooking, I have a little camping gas stove, and in here I have the gas itself and a little container. So just boil the water, pasta and sauce somewhere away. Now moving into the sleep system, we have a little pillow, we have air mat, I have a small sleeping bag. It's not the warmest, but it packs down to very little, which is great for this. and so because it's not the warmest, I also have a sleeping bag liner, which should add a couple of degrees of heat if needed. Then I have, well, I won't bore you by taking out all the rest of it, but in here I have toiletries, I have a little first aid kit, and I have my electricals bag, so power bank, little head torch for night, and a pump for blowing up the air mattress. Water bottle, this is actually quite a posh one, Nalgene, which basically means that it can take water that freezes, so in summer it's great for keeping things cool, but likewise in winter you can actually put boiling water in it, which I don't use for drinking, but it means that it'll put it into my sleeping bag. It's like a little hot water bottle, so that's useful. And Swiss Army knife. One of these days I will do a video on all the knives I have, but given that I was trying to go lightweight and this does everything, I brought this. That's it. So now I'm going to set up the tent, and then we'll go down and I'll show you the little beach next to where we are. So here we are down by the lake. It's a nice little grassy beach. However, I don't know if you can even hear in the background, just had some tremendous thunder. It's all blue skies over here. Just turn around and look over there. It's all getting rather black and thundery, which often happens when I come here, to be honest. Sometimes it's a beautiful day, and then in the evening you get huge thunderstorms. So I don't know if it's something to do with the lake and the water coming off it. So everybody is in their campers and so on are all tying them up and hunkering down. May not happen, but it may. Well, I'm hoping you can hear me now. The storm came and went. It was only a brief one, so I then sat down by the tent, made some dinner. There's a beautiful little place next door that sold a few vegetables, so cut up a few of them and stuck them into the pasta that I had. Just by the lake now, as you can see, the sun is going down. It's a beautiful, beautiful sight. It's been a great day. Just been chilling by the tent really. Tomorrow I've got I think it's 16 kilometres to go to the next place, but it's been a great day one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning everyone. So quick updates. It was a good sleep. Kept on waking up, to be honest, but just having dreams, quite vivid ones as I remember, but of course can't remember what they were now. Anyway, got packed up nice and quick. We have 16k today. It's quite sort of grey sky, a bit overcast, but to be honest, anything that's not rain is good. Yesterday was a beautiful sunny day, so this is actually quite nice and cool, all things considered. So just on a little walkway now. Don't know if you can see behind me, there you go. There are these little paths at some point around the lake. Some of it's off-road, some of it's actually on the road, which isn't so nice, but then these paths are good because you also don't need to worry about the cars. So we've got a few places to stop on the way. I mean, no huge rush because I set off nice and early. I was all packed up and out by about 7:45, something like that. So yeah, I want to stop at one or two places around the way, take my time and enjoy. See you later. So we have arrived now in Trevignano Romano. The lake is on that side just there, and there's lots of these beautiful little sort of restaurant, bar, cafes lakeside. Obviously it's still early doors, so there isn't anyone here, but it's a lovely little place to come for the day. Sometimes have little fairs here and so on, and so we're just going to carry on around the lake. Might stop and have a coffee to find somewhere open. If not, we'll carry on. So, don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but as you can see from my tower, it's raining now. Just been through Trevignano Romano, and so we've got sort of a stretch here with not much around. So I guess just kind of head down and get on with it. See you later. And again, just walking around, it's still raining, and you can see over there another cinghiale. You can just see his backside. There he is, he's just turned around now. I think he's a male, judging by the crest of hair on his back, although I'm not an expert. And he's actually pretty close and pretty big. And so I'm going to move on. But there you go, some more wildlife for you. So here we are, we're at the second campsite. It's Camping Porticciolo, 16 k's down. It's actually a beautiful day now. So just set the tent up. It was a little bit wet, damp from last night, so got it in the sun so it'll dry out a little bit, just there. And I'm just going to go and have a stroll, have a look what it looks like by the lake, because the lake apparently is just on the other side of that hedge. And here we are on the other side of the hedge. It was. What a beautiful little place. This is, I think, just about the only campsite literally I haven't stayed in, but it's absolutely beautiful. Nice cheap, I think it was about 10 euros, maybe even 9 euros for the night. Lovely elderly couple that own it and run it, and yeah, great little lakeside space to hang out. They've even got a bar, which I'm going to check out now. And so here's my end of day clip. I've left the selfie stick, so I'm just doing it like this. That's been a great day. Chilled out a little bit in the afternoon, and then I was going to cook by the tent, but I'd read all the sites that I'd looked at when I was looking at places to stay, that the pizza was good here. So the pizza that you just saw before, it was €7. Nice little place. Nice atmosphere in the campsite. So I'm now pretty full, heading off to the tent, and I'll just hang out here and wait till the sun goes down properly. I will see you all tomorrow. Morning everyone. So here we are on Friday morning. It was a good sleep. After I did that little film down by the lake, came back. There's actually a guy just rocked up in the space next to mine. Dutch guy who's travelling around doing pretty much a little bit what I'm doing, except he's doing it on a bike. So that was quite cool. Just had a little chat there. In fact, that's one of the nice things about coming to these campsites. Everybody who comes always seems very friendly, very happy to talk a little bit. Not being intrusive. I mean, some people keep themselves to themselves, but if you want to have a little chat, then you can. On the first night, there was a nice German lady who lent me her big chair. She just retired, and I won't bore you with the story, but anyway, it was just a nice little chat. And then yesterday, met this other bloke as well. So yeah, had a good sleep, and now I'm having a coffee or two. No huge rush today because it's quite a short leg to the next campsite, which is the final one, Vigna di Valle, which always has been my favourite campsite around the lake. To be honest, it's in close competition with this one now. Lovely place, beautiful little grassy area by the lake. I don't like it when it's too sandy. It was that was lovely. People very nice. Pizza last night was great. I mean, you bring your own stuff, but for €7 if you can have a pizza like that. And there was lovely atmosphere. There was actually a disco went on afterwards as well. So yeah, good day ahead coming up, hopefully, and just enjoy my coffee. See you later. As you can see, a misty morning on the lake, and I don't know if that is, you can see that on the camera, but there's a lone fisherman out there in the middle of all the mist. So here we are, back on the road again. It's a beautiful little stretch right by the lake, and yeah, I'm in no major rush, but one thing I might do is there's a big aeronautical museum not far from here. I think it was free to get in. I went there about 7 or 8 years ago, where they've got all old planes that were used in the war. I mean, the actual planes, and explains how they're used and everything. So if I manage, if it's open, I might just pop in there and see what's going on there. And yeah, last campsite, absolutely fantastic, really cheap as well, half the price of the international glamping. I mean, it wasn't as posh for sure, you know, some people like the pods and glamping evidence, hence the name international glamping, and if that's what you're looking for, then great. But if you just want a really nice friendly campsite, cheap food, staying there cheap, nice warm people, you'd struggle to do better than Porticciolo, the one I went to last night. So I'll stop if we go to the aeronautical museum, show you a little bit in there, and in the meantime, what a beautiful day. It's a nice little diversion. See some pretty cool cars in the background here. I think there's some kind of show, evidently. Too much of a coincidence for all these cars to be here. However, yeah, the video wasn't supposed to be about this, but since it was en route, if you do happen to be visiting Bracciano, I think it's well worth popping in, having a look. So I'm just now carrying on. It's not that far, to be honest, to the campsite. And in the meantime, I'll just finish off this little row of cars, which you can see in the background. Again, I don't think you're watching this for the cars, but it's quite cool nonetheless. And then I'll start filming again when we get to the campsite, Vigna de Valle. See you later. Here we are, just going down the hill, and the campsite is somewhere over to the right. Just noticed there's a little fishing lake there. Been here I don't know how many times and never knew it was there. Anyway, we are headed over in that direction. And here's the fishing lake up close, and it's possible to hire a rod. So what I'm thinking is I might just go to the campsite, set up the tent, and spend a little bit of time chilling here. Hello, are you beautiful? Yes. And here we are, just coming up to the campsite now. It's just up there. And what do you want, eh? And here I am at the fishing lake. It was a beautiful afternoon, so I went down to the campsite. It's about 1.5 kilometers from here, pitched the tent. Lovely to be there again because they know me and so it was very friendly with me. And then I've walked back up and hired a rod, and so here I am. Might be making a fish on the barbecue this evening, who knows? Probably not, but you never know. See you later. Good morning everyone. So this is the last morning, just woken up. I actually woke up a while ago, I've packed up already, it's just 8 o'clock in the morning. I have one last thing to do. The guy at the fishing lake yesterday, he only took cash, which I didn't have, but he very kindly just trusted me and said don't worry about it whenever you get the chance. So I'm going to pop by the bank, go and pay him, and then set off back home. It's been a great trip. 3 days hiking, 3 days camping. Thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.